looking forward to seeing the film. You've seen it.
I have seen it.
Tell us about A Man Called Otto.
So A Man Called Otto is it's a remake of a Swedish film. Yeah, A Man Called Ove. And the premise is extremely simple. And that film, I should say, was really successful. And the titular Otto here is the local grump. You know, it's an archetype. He's Grumpy McGrumps, and he likes to police his neighborhood and make sure people follow the rules. And surprise, really, it's because he's really depressed and he's mourning his late wife. That's all in the trailer. I mean, everything is in the trailer. And, I mean, it's fine. It's just fine. It's so profoundly mediocre. It doesn't even deserve to be murdered. I don't have the energy to murder this film. The whole appeal of this film really hinges on the fact that Tom Hanks is a universally beloved movie star. He is charming. He is America's dad. He is the anti-grumpy man. So seeing him in a role where he's, he's very anal about, the street size or the way that people do their lawn or lock the parking spot or whatnot. We're not really used to seeing him play those roles. And that's the entire gimmick. The fact is, that he's grumpy and unlikable, and he eventually softens, and we soften to him because we find out about his backstory. And he becomes friendly with random nice people, or as he says in the film, he calls everyone idiots. So the biggest compliment he can give you is that you are not an idiot, which is also the biggest compliment I give to people. But, and there's a new family that moves in, and, led by, I would say, actually the best performance in the film is by Mariana Treviño, who's this, Latin American actress who plays Marisol, who's the head of the family that moves in next to him, and she will not tolerate his nonsense. So she calls him out on stuff, and he's welcoming to that. And that is the extent of the film. Mm-hmm. He warms up to his neighbors. He becomes friendly with his neighbors. He was always secretly a very good person who does a lot of kind favors to the people around him. That is it. That's
right.
it. It's utterly bland, but it's harmless.
And I suppose his heart is so firmly in the right place. It's kind of hard to be mean about it.
I mean, I could.
Oh, you could?
Of course I could be mean about it.
You're spent from If These Walls Could Sing.
It's such an easy film. I found it completely bland, boring.
Have you seen the Swedish version?
It's not unwatchable. I haven't, actually.
Maybe that's better. Sometimes, when films are translated in that way, not just, remade, but also remade in a different language, you find that there's a specific charm that's lost because of the subtleties, the nuances of these cultural differences.
Yeah.
Like you will know this from being fewlingual. Like when I watch films with my friend Sam, who's fluent in French and he lives in Paris, I watch French films with him. And he's laughing at bits that when I read the thing, I'm like, that's not funny. And he goes, oh yeah, but you can't translate what he said. It's it's like a colloquialism. There's not really a translation for it. It's like the way is like almost like a vocal gesture, And I think, how would you adapt that?
Well,
so
it's an easy enough story, so I don't think that's
the
necessarily
easy,
the case.
But,
the story's very easy.
Perhaps the charm of maybe the Swedish one.
But then again, Tom Hanks is endlessly charming. He's boundless amounts of charm. And like I said, the only kind of playful thing about this film is that we're seeing Tom Hanks play a grumpy man. That's it. Do you know what this is? This is the perfect Boxing Day movie. This is the sort of, let's pop something on that is inoffensive,
you're in
not
a good
very
mood
good,
anyway.
not very bad.
It's not going to ruin your day.
The minutes pass and you're not mad at it.
Mark would say goes down well with a cup of tea and a biscuit. That's what he'd say.
That's exactly right.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would.
I
have done.
Excellent.